You know what I watched the other day that broke my fucking heart watching it because I knew I couldn't make fun of it was Love on the Spectrum. Did you watch that show?
Oh yeah. I watched one episode.
Dude, I am getting teared up. Everyone on the show just wants love and they want to feel like they are understood, and they say exactly what they want and what they need and how they want someone to understand what it is they're working with. Right?
I do love at the end of one date, one guy says, "Can I see you again?" And the girl goes, "I got to ask my mom."
You're listening to Don't Take Bullshit from Fuckers with your hosts Greg Behrendt and Kane Holloway.
You want to start, Greg?
Welcome, everybody, to Don't Take Bullshit from Fuckers.
Yes.
Podcast, tailor-made for your listening.
Yes, it's for you. What do you want to hear? What do you want to hear?
Yeah.
Send it to
you want to hear that you shouldn't take bullshit from fuckers.
I want to hear that.
Yeah.
I'm sick of it.
I am too.
I'm sick of people taking bullshit from you know what? I'm also sick of people making their life harder on themselves. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Stop bringing in drama.
Stop making it so hard.
Stop making it so hard. Life's not that hard. People aren't that complicated, you know? Not as complicated as you make it. You're not that complicated. And also, sometimes you're not that special to have this many problems.
You really aren't that special to have this many problems.
So let's boil it down to the main problem. Let's boil it down, because enough already. That's how I feel.
Enough already.
That's how I feel. You know? I think if we were to add a section to enough already, like if enough already got big enough.
Wait a minute. Stop.
Oh no.
Just add my thing first. We have a section that they can lie down on, and then we get to yell at them after their haircut.
I hate it.
What? You love to yell at people.
I don't love to yell at people.
You yell at me all the time.
Yeah, but I don't love it.
Okay.
I don't love it. It's not my favorite thing about me.
It's a thing that you want to try to work on.
Yeah, it's something I want to work on.
Oh, okay. Well,
I want to be better at.
Then do better. And if enough already, when we go into work, you know, we can discuss this at work on the couch. I want to add.
There's no couch.
We got to add a couch for people to lay on while they wait for their haircut. Oh, how about that? I
don't want anybody laying down.
How about, okay, they can sit. They don't have to lay, but they can sit on a couch while they wait for their haircut.
No.
And that's
you stand outside and you come in when it's your turn.
Okay. How many people are we allowed to have in enough already? 2 total the whole time?
Yeah.
So you and me?
No, 2 customers.
Oh, we're not going to be moving many of these chinos. You know, so last week we talked about things about you that then, toxic masculinity can perceive as gay. You know, a shirt you're wearing or a thing you're doing or a hobby that you're interested in. Guys come in there and they go, that's gay. And that then prompted some responses. People are happy they brought it up because it happens to everybody. Over on DDBFF podcast on Instagram, Sophia said, hey, so I paused the most recent episode to make sure I actually messaged into the podcast. I've always wanted to, but haven't because fuck knows why. Anyway, I went to a school that had a uniform, and in grade 6, I got called a lesbian because I rolled my knee-high socks down to my ankles instead of folding them.
Okay.
Okay. Then I do identify as bisexual, though. So does that make her kind of correct? The way you fold your socks, that makes her half right.
I mean, no.
Yeah, no, of course not. Sophia says, fuck, I hope not. The same chick tried to steal my shoes in prep. Yeah, that girl's working with a lot of things. That girl, she wanted to be you, it felt like. She wanted to be Sophia.
Yeah.
Yeah, she wanted to embrace her bisexuality and roll her socks the way you rolled them.
I'd roll them down.
Yeah, me too. Why not?
I wouldn't wear them up.
I have ranch socks. I have they go up to my shin, and they're bottles of Nature Valley Ranch on the socks. I wear those sometimes.
Somebody made me socks with me on them.
Whoa, that's cool.
Yeah, those were kind of cool.
Do you wear them?
I wore them out.
Yeah?
I don't wear them anymore. Yeah.
Oh. Tilda Cade sent me a picture of the back of a guy's van in Seattle, and it says, "No airbags. We die like real men."
Great.
And she
In
says,
the herd, fair enough.
"Yeah, why not? Get them out of here."
Yeah.
I think airbags kill more people than they save, right? Is that the statistic?
Have you ever been airbagged?
No.
Oh man, it's not pleasant.
I bet it's not.
No, I got one from the front and to the side.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. I got into a full head-on collision and both airbags went off. Knocked my glasses, smashed my glasses, knocked the phone. I had my phone sitting on my lap. It knocked it out the window.
Out the window, fuck.
Yeah,
Jesus
it was out in the middle of the intersection.
Oh, damn. I've been punched hard by somebody wearing a boxing glove, and I thought maybe the boxing glove would cushion the blow.
No.
It hurts as much as a knuckle.
Yeah, it's hard.
It fucking sucks.
Yeah.
She goes, Kane, this is the second time I've seen this vehicle by Seattle Center. I'm guessing this fellow also believes airbags are gay. Love the podcast and that you three brought up the inherent misogyny around the Depp Heard case.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There was an article about that, about how there's an alt-right website that's been posting bots. And yeah, it's so horrible. It's so horrible. I want the whole thing to just go away. I don't want to see either of them ever again.
I truly don't care to watch her lose and Depp win. I don't care about it anymore. I'm tired of it.
I don't think she would. I don't think he wins.
You don't think so?
No, I don't think they proved defamation.
I know there were he did. I can't remember. He dated another woman that came out and said that he was like a jealous verbal abuser. I can't remember. It was some girlfriend of his that also was like, yeah, no, he's not a baby. He wasn't like being pushed around in a stroller and spit on. Like,
yeah.
The guy made his choices.
Yeah, totally.
Let's see. Anna says, my personal style can often be best described as lesbian ? So it wasn't super shocking, but I have been told and confirmed with other ladies who enjoy the company of ladies that having a carabiner clip on your keys and clipping them to your belt loop is a known signal that you're into girls.
I'm into girls then.
Yeah. I went out and bought myself a carabiner clipper or whatever it's called. Got one immediately.
I have keys that clip onto my belt.
I was doing that for a while.
Yeah.
But I think I just look like a douchebag, and less of a lesbian ?
Yeah.
But then, so that's the messages we got about people referring to others as gay. And you know what? Take it as you will. We here really enjoy the compliment, so keep them coming.
I got a compliment this week in my. A guy sent me a complaint about not getting, much attention. And the guy told me that I wear scarves and cardigans really well.
Ah.
Very nice.
That's true. That's true. And you do.
Oh, thank you.
It's a nice look on you. You look like cozy coffee shop owner.
Yeah.
So then we got over on Discord. Styx sent us we talked about how we don't think our show has quite a reach, that we're a niche show, really. And Styx says, just listening to episode 128 while waiting for my truck to be loaded, when the meme song came on and one of the forklift drivers was in earshot and started singing along.
No way. Wow. That's so great.
I am deliriously happy about that. It's officially a song. If people are singing along when it's just like comes on like it's the radio,
yeah,
it's top 100 hit, baby.
Yeah, if you're the forklift driver that listens to the show, write in.
Yeah.
Tell us about you.
Tell us about you. Tell us how you found the show, what you like about it. Also, you want to hear a cover of the song? Pat will make it. Pat and I we're going to collab on something. Styx says, I shit you not. We laughed and exchanged a knowing glance before he drove away, and I continued to listen to Greg talk about how flattering it was that we listeners thought you guys had reach. You boys got reach, man. Real world reach, and don't you forget it. Forgot to mention this happened in Sydney, Australia.
Oh, cool.
That's pretty fucking great.
Yeah.
Man, our fans are coming out. They're telling us they love us. And that's nice.
Yeah. It's super nice.
Okay, so which one are we doing, Pat? The right person, wrong time question?
Yeah, for question, let's do Tiffany. She wants to be anonymous.
Got it. So we got a question in over at DDBFF podcast at gmail.com. Anonymous writes in, right person, wrong time. Hey guys, I'm a longtime listener and found your podcast after my first ghosting experience in August of 2020. I found episode 43, Stay Gone Ghost, and coincidentally, the girl's name in that story was her name. So she felt like it was fate. You guys give the best advice. It's hard to stay anonymous when people can go back and hear.
Yeah.
Anyway, you guys give the best advice, so I wanted to reach out and figure out how to avoid bullshit from men like my ex-fucker, who may not actually be a fucker. I'm trying to give enough details for Greg, but please feel free to shorten this if needed. We met on Hinge. I'm 41. He's 39. I've been divorced 8 years, had a few serious relationships, but have been casually dating since 2020. Thanks, COVID. But I really want a serious committed relationship. He has been divorced 6 months from his second marriage, had not dated anyone yet, but said he was ready for a relationship. We went out for 2 weeks, super hot and heavy and very unclean.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. Around this time, his ex-wife logged in to his checking account and saw he was spending money on date-like activities, so she called him and wanted to work out their relationship. I told him he couldn't move forward until they resolved their issues or they both accepted it was over. I wasn't upset or angry, just extremely understanding and hoping everything worked out for them. Wished him peace and love and walked away with no contact. Then he reaches out 6 weeks later saying they went to counseling. The same issues were there, so he told her he didn't love her anymore and didn't want to continue. He understood if I didn't want to talk to him, but he was sorry, he messed up, and there was definitely something between us. Basically, we picked up exactly where we left off with more unclean, took a beach trip, and enjoyed 4 weeks of bliss with not even one disagreement between us. Then one day he blindsided me with a text. He doesn't think we feel the same way in the relationship, and he doesn't want to hurt me. I told him I wanted an exclusive relationship, so if he wanted to date other women, I would walk away. He gives me the typical I'm amazing and checked all his boxes, and I haven't done anything to make him feel this way, but it's just wrong timing. He's not ready for a full relationship, and he's not talking to anyone else, but he needs time to figure out himself.
Mm-hmm.
He was active on Hinge 4 days later, using the pics I took of him on our beach trip, which feels like a fucker move. I guess I want to get your feedback on how to date divorced men without having to deal with their bullshit. Is there a time frame for when men become emotionally available after divorce? I definitely feel like the rebound, and it fucking sucks. I want to avoid this situation in the future, and at my age, almost every man is divorced. So how can I tell who's safe to date and who's not? And I don't think I buy in the whole right person, wrong time. Maybe it's just bullshit. I'm looking forward to any feedback. I love you guys, and keep up the great work.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's the best time to date somebody is when they're free and clear of their relationship.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when there's no, I mean, it sounds like this guy's wife reached back out to him, started things back up. They weren't completely free and clear of each other. I don't know. It's really hard. I don't know a lot about divorce. So, you know, sometimes people just walk away and they're done. But then other times there's things that keep them there, whether it's kids or they just still haven't been able to move on. But this guy just ran out of love. That's all. He love bombed. You guys used up a lot of energy, and then he was like, "Oh, I don't know if I want a girlfriend."
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go back on Hinge.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe the Hinge was just to fuck around and just find it. It is fucked that he used your guys' pictures, cropped you out of them, I'm sure, and, just used him looking out into the sun on a catamaran or some shit. As a divorced man, you kind of just always will have the history. I mean, you have history with anybody you have a long-term relationship with, but then when you decide to make like a big leap into that arena and then it fails for whatever reason, you're just sort of both connected like that. And if you haven't resolved every issue with the person you're with, yeah, you're gonna have a hell of a time recommitting to anybody new.
And it sounds to me that he wanted the unclean,
Mm-hmm.
that he was there for the sex.
Yeah.
And once he got enough of that, he was like, oh.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
Which is a common thing that happens. Men usually put sex before feelings.
Mm-hmm.
And they hope the feelings will catch up or stay. And sometimes they just don't. I mean, I'm sure it's that way for women as well. But
oh yeah, for sure. With this kind of stuff, it's like not all divorced men. You're gonna find divorced men, or you might find guys that have been in long relationships and then they never got to the altar. But a divorced guy or a guy in his 40s who've been in many relationships essentially is the same guy. He's just also trying to figure it out. And I don't know. I mean, in this thing, it doesn't seem like he really lied about anything, but he definitely made decisions without talking to her full on about what he's thinking. Like he just was like, the timing issue was off, and the timing issue is bullshit for sure, because it's not it's the timing issue is a thing. He's just not over something, whether it's his wife or he just wants to go and fuck and be unclean with a bunch of women from Hinge. That's his timing issue.
Yeah.
That's where the timing issue comes in.
Completely.
So yeah, it's ridiculous. So yeah, he just wasn't being fully honest. It didn't sound like he was being a huge piece of shit. He just was like not giving you the full truth.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be surprised if you hear from him again, and I would avoid him at all costs.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I would definitely do that.
Yeah, throw your eggs in many baskets. At this
Get
point.
an egg basket. First off, get an egg basket.
Get a couple egg baskets.
Put all your eggs in there.
You can get them at Enough Already. We have a new section at Enough Already it's next to the Cheetos and the
Oh no.
The thing is that you're like this close to being fired from Enough Already.
I'm trying to be assertive and show you that I want to franchise out this store.
It's perfect the way it is.
I don't know why you and I decided to go into a brick and mortar business together.
It's perfect the way it is.
Okay. Well, I'll keep my ideas on my whiteboard. Yes.
Pants, haircuts, that's it.
Okay.
So clean and lean. And that's why it says enough already. Cut all the bullshit.
I think you need me.
I don't want a bracelet. This isn't where I come to get my ass waxed.
Well, you do that somewhere else.
Pouch and Hammer.
Yes. Right. What are we charging for that?
What, for a waxing?
For an ass waxing, yeah.
Well, right now with the code DTBFF, you can get 50% off an axe waxing. Also, if you put in Joe Rogan, you can get a discount. In fact, just put in Joe Rogan. That's our discount.
Yeah.
If you go put in code Joe Rogan, we'll wax you for half off. But we'll wax all of it off. We're not going to wax half off.
Yeah.
All of your ass hair comes out.
Yeah, and we'll make your butthole look like Joe Rogan's red face. That's our promise to you.
You'll have a cheery butthole. That's down with conspiracy theories.
Your butthole will want to take ADM. What's that drug? your butthole will want to do Molly.
This is the theme song for What Does This Mean song. The theme song for What Does This Mean song. We'll read a self-help quote, and they're definitely not memes. Memes are something completely different than quotes. Quotes are supposed to help you through all the bullshit in your life. And memes are like that poster of that cat hanging from a tree. And it says, hang in there, baby, or Mondays, am I right? Mondays, am I right? So if you can think of a different title, then we'll probably change it.
What does this mean? Oh, man.
What does this mean?
What does it mean? What does it mean? This is our inspirational part. I mean, the whole thing is inspirational, but this one is...
the whole show is an inspiration.
It is.
Yeah. I'm sure people feel that way. I'm sure people tune in and they're like, God, I'm getting so much out of this. I'm really loving myself today.
You know what I love?
I'm stepping into my actual self. In the moment.
I would love to see a video of our forklift driver listener spinning in a circle in his forklift in the warehouse, singing, "This is the theme song to what?" I need to see it. So
Can you do a burnout in a forklift?
You sure can, Greg. You
Like
sure.
the race drivers do, where they fucking stand up all the smoke.
You know what else you can do on a forklift, Greg? You can take it at high speeds, carrying really heavy materials that you're going to dump into a container because you're running late. And then when you raise it all the way to the top, where the forks are at the like where they can't go any higher, and you take a corner with the heavy stuff, the forklift will tilt and then fall. Then the forks will catch on the lid of the container you're dropping the heavy stuff on, and thousands of pounds of forks that are welded to a lift will snap off because of the velocity in which you're falling.
Oh, no.
And then when you realize you're alive, you will be fired and then put in the handbook at that particular company for forklift training forever. That's another thing you can do.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, we have some memes. We also have some inspirational stuff about the show from listeners over on the Discord at DDBFF Podcasts. Sam says from last week's episode, another great episode. It is honestly such a treat to listen in every week. I always look forward to Tuesdays. I've actually been trying to find another funny podcast, but nothing matches up. I guess I will just have to re-listen to old episodes.
Oh, wow. Don't do that. I will make a list of podcasts for you to listen to. Don't do that.
Yeah.
I appreciate it, but there's something about that tells me you're lost and makes me want to help you. If you want to do a free 15-minute call, just so that we can talk it out.
Mm-hmm.
I'll help you with that. I'd love to. That's what I do as a coach. But re-listening to Don't Take Bullshit from Fuckers is not a good sign. That's a warning.
That's a red flag.
That's a red flag.
And we're here to help you with those.
Yeah.
Martin responds to Sam and says, 100%, no matter what I'm listening to, I stop and listen to DTBFF when there is a new episode. No other podcast makes me actually laugh out loud. And which is so nice from Martin. And then immediately the Alan Brand starts pitching them other shows they can listen to, which,
oh, Jesus.
Alan, get the fuck off our Discord.
What were his suggestions?
All fantasy everything.
Nope.
I think that's it. They will basically fantasy draft any and all parts of pop culture with Ian Carmel, David Giory, and Sean Jordan. I know Sean.
Oh, I know. Ian is hilarious.
Yeah, Ian Carmel's very funny. Sean Jordan's hilarious.
He's on Corden.
Oh, yeah.
He's like Corden's secondhand guy or whatever. Yeah, he's super funny. I bet that is a funny show. David, spell it?
Gborie.
Yeah. I did a thing with him for Conan. He's great.
He's funny too. I know of Ian, and I know Sean Jordan very well. Sean Jordan is a really, really funny comic from Portland, Oregon, and I'm sure that this podcast is really funny. But fuck that, okay, Alan? What do you? Don't pitch shows on our Discord. We'll do that part.
Yeah, I'm just going to pitch a bunch of Bachelorette podcasts.
Yeah,
and F1. That's all I listen to.
There you go.
I listen to 6 different F1 podcasts that all essentially is the same content. I'll review the race that we just saw, and I already know what happened because I watched the race. And then I listen to 6 different podcasts break it down. I love it. I can't get enough of it. I really can't. And the same with the Bachelor podcast. And now there's no Bachelor on So they're interviewing bachelors, or they're also watching Temptation Island.
Isn't there's a Bachelorette season coming up, right? There's like
In
two.
July.
Oh, really? Okay. So we got to, what, July?
Yeah, July.
You know what I watched the other day that broke my fucking heart watching it? Cause I knew I couldn't make fun of it, was Love on the Spectrum. Did you watch that show?
Oh yeah. I watched one episode.
Dude, I am getting teared up. Everyone on the show just wants love, and they want to feel like they are understood, and they say exactly what they want and what they need, and how they want someone to understand what it is they're working with. Right?
I do love at the end of one date, one guy says, "Can I see you again?" And the girl goes, "I got to ask my mom." It was the most beautiful blow off I've ever seen.
Yeah,
I
it
never
was.
thought of that. That's an incredible thing to say to somebody. If a guy asks you out, or if a girl asks you out, and
Yeah.
you don't know what to say, and you don't want to hurt their feelings, just, "I got to ask my mom. I got to ask my mom."
Yeah, dude.
What about the one girl? What about the one girl that tells the guy that she loves him on the first date, and he has to take a break, and he walks off camera,
Yeah.
and then he comes back,
Mm-hmm.
and then they seem to fall in love with each other, and then it turns out she doesn't really quite feel that way.
It is a roller coaster, bro. It's a
roller coaster.
It's they're so earnest. That's the thing. Is like there's no lying. There's no room for lying. There's no room for that judgment.
There's no manipulation. There's no game playing.
Mm-mm.
And it's people that are in different parts of the spectrum.
Right.
But no, it's a super positive show.
It's so beautiful. I was like, I need something to fill the fix of dating shows, and there's nothing out. I guess I'll watch Temptation Island. I completely forgot about it, but I was fucking laying on the couch, and I was like, I need something. And then Love on the Spectrum just popped up, and so, dude, it felt like all the best parts of the Great British Baking Show, where you're just like, this is real light and fun and sweet and emotional, and like I'm just watching this girl roll balls to a coach who also has autism, who's helping her have a conversation. So when they get done talking, she's like, you know what we just did? We had a conversation. And then the girl's like, oh my God, like she's so excited. I'm like, I want this girl to find somebody.
Yeah. It's super good. Yeah, it's super. If you want something that just makes you feel good, and there's none of the high stakes drama, the bullshit. It's
great. So with that, moving on to our memes, we got one from Allison Fair that says, be careful telling people about your goals. It releases dopamine similar to achieving them. Skip the instant gratification and go quiet and build.
I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with having humility about what you do, but I do think if you don't tell people what you want, it's hard for you to get it.
Yeah, and I
think you need to vocalize your goals.
Yeah. Also, I've never felt the same high I feel telling somebody what I want to accomplish than when I accomplish it.
No.
So that doesn't make Allison. Yeah, I don't like it. Let's see here. Mariah says, listening to the most recent episode, and I just wanted to say I'm a Gen Z listener.
Oh.
Holy shit, what happened? Does she have friends that can help her away from this?
They probably listen to that fantasy podcast with Ian and Sean. She says, I love the show because it's so funny to listen, and And yeah, I'm not a club fan. I'm not a club fan. What's that in reference to?
Going club.
Oh,
Going out to the club.
gotcha. Yeah. Yeah, well, you're a Gen Zer, of course. Of course you don't like the club. Gen Zs hate the club. And also, Mariah, can you message back and tell us what are Gen Z into? That was the saddest club I've ever been to. It felt like we were all waiting in line at the DMV. No one was dancing, and everyone was just sort of like looking around at each other. It was awful. What else do we have in here? You want to do all the ones I posted today?
Yes, because they'll disappear otherwise.
Okay. We got one from Meerkat that says, they tell me I never see you at the club, and I tell them I never see you at the bank.
Oh, that's pretty great.
That's so dumb. That
It's
is
so
perfect.
dumb, but it's great.
It's perfect.
I never see you at the bank.
I don't see anybody that I know at the bank.
That's kind of true too. And just because you're at the bank doesn't mean things are going well.
Oh.
In fact, usually when you're at the actual bank these days, things are bad.
Things are really bad.
You got to go fix something in person.
You gotta prove that you can be approved.
Yeah. Maybe it's I don't see you on Venmo.
Megan Garrity sent one in that says, I don't know who needs to hear this, but that dumpster fire is not your twin flame.
How does it start again? Say it again.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but that dumpster fire is not your twin flame.
I don't know who needs to hear that either.
This is a really dumb way to start a meme. I don't know who needs to hear this, but here it is.
Here it is.
Okay, let's see. Darla D sent one. We had one about yelling into the storm. The devil whispered into my ear, "You're not strong enough to withstand the storm," and I whispered back, "I am the storm." Do you remember that shit?
Yeah.
So Darla D made one and says, "The devil whispered in my ear, 'You're not strong enough to withstand the storm,' and I whispered back, 'At least I didn't lose my golden fiddle to some hillbilly from Georgia.'" Take that, Satan.
Take that, Satan. Is that a reference to The Devil Went Down to Georgia?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, there's a Gen X listener. Possibly a boomer.
Possibly. We got a message from INM. It says, "Hi guys, love the show. I started listening to the podcast as a way to improve my accent and listening skills. I first found the Dateable podcast and learned about DTBFF from the episode with Greg as a guest. Since then, I became a fan. I am living in Canada and I am originally from Argentina. Usually I listen to the podcast when I'm running or walking to work. A couple of weeks ago, I listened to the Hot Caveman episode and couldn't stop laughing while running. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember Hot Caveman.
I hope they're doing well.
Yeah. Me too.
People were looking at me for behaving like a creep, but I didn't care at all. Last week, I told my boyfriend to listen to the Hot Caveman episode, and he also couldn't stop laughing. He said that Pat's laugh is contagious, and that now he understands where my cursing knowledge comes from. We're teaching her how to cuss.
Oh, cool. Good. That's great.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. I just wanted to say thank you for doing such a great show. Sending kisses to Greg, Kane, and Pat. Take care.
That's nice.
God, what a lovely episode.
Thank you for writing in. Yeah. I don't know if it's a good episode, but it's nice.
It's very lovely. Yeah. This episode's like a 6. B sent one in about me. This is where we go negative. Kane's Willy Wonka candy date sounds like something to torture someone you hate. If your date doesn't leave immediately, they are more dangerous than you are. You should sleep with one eye open if they stay the night.
Oh my God.
Wow. Couldn't have said it better myself.
I don't argue with B, not anymore. That's all we have on Instagram. Pat, do you have any?
I've got a few this week. I've got one here. Life can only be understood backwards, but it must be lived forwards.
Okay, yeah. Okay, great. Just great.
That was Kierkegaard.
Oh, that was way to go, Kierkegaard.
You killed it, Kierke. You killed it. He dead? Kierkegaard's dead, right?
Oh, he's way dead.
Yeah.
Got one here. When you try your hardest not to be a fucker, but everyone you deal with is a fucker, so you end up being a bigger fucker just to outfuck the fuckers.
Somebody has to respond.
Yes. And also stop doing that. Don't bleed on people who didn't cut you. all that jazz. You know?
Yeah, don't bleed on people who didn't cut you. That's good.
I like that. That's a good one. Anything else, Pat, before we fucking get out of here? Move on to segment 3 with all the energy.
Here's one that I pulled just because I hated it so very much. There is a visual element to it, but even just the words are infuriating. It comes, of course, from Real Man quotes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Fuck
yeah.
yeah. Woo! All right, I'm ready.
I'm a king, and this king doesn't need a queen.
Of course he doesn't, because he's an incel in a basement.
He's wearing a Burger King crown.
I don't need a queen. What
Okay.
a fucking dope.
Oh, God.
Well, you're lucky because you're probably never going to have one.
Yeah. Also, stupid, the function of a king is to build a kingdom. And with that, you need a queen to build your kingdom.
Or another king.
Or another king. But you need, a kingdom is built on the back of other people who believe in you. So you're not a king. You're just you're a weasel. You're a little rat. So we got new date ideas from listeners. Well, one specific listener. Styx sent one in our Discord. It says, here's a date idea for discussion. It's called the Greg Behrendt Kane Holloway date. Kane invites the date over to his place where he has arranged his furniture to replicate a talk show set. So a desk beside a couch with the dining chairs in front facing the stage for the audience. Pat greets you both at the door wearing a set of headphones and carrying a clipboard. He shows the date to their seat. He then takes off the headphones, puts down the clipboard, and takes off his shirt to reveal a Popsicle Pat t-shirt underneath. He then takes up his position as the frontman of the show's death metal house band.
Oh, God.
Love it.
So far, so good. They start playing This Is the Theme song. And Greg enters the room to start the show. You're part of this. So let's see here. He stands in front of the audience. Oh, okay. They started playing the theme song. Greg enters to start the show. He stands in front of the audience and does a quick 5 minutes on current affairs before introducing his first and only guest, which is me, Kane. The show goes on for an hour, detailing one Marty story after another. Okay. Interrupted by short breaks where Greg says, "We'll be right back." And Pat's band plays us out. The success of the date is judged by how quickly the date gets up and walks out.
Yes.
Yeah. If it's straight away, then Kane must chase them down and beg them for another chance because that person is obviously intelligent and doesn't take bullshit from fuckers. So a definite keeper. Unfortunately, though, the longer they stay, the less attractive they become to Kane. This is my fucking psychologist. Naturally, he starts to see them as unintelligent and slightly pathetic for putting up with this crap. Fucking Jesus Christ. If they stay all the way to the end, then Kane must walk them to the door and just say, "Nah, dog," before closing the door on them.
This is intense. And somebody wrote this.
This is DTBFF fan fiction.
It is.
If you video record the show, you could create a YouTube channel with each date being on an episode. Technically, then Greg could get another season out of the Greg Behrendt show. Surely it's inevitable that Emmys are going to start going to YouTube shows as nobody watches TV anymore. So Greg could get an Emmy. Pat, of course, will go on to great fame with his band, and who knows, Kane might even end up in a relationship. Fuck you, Sticks. That's my. So Greg gets an Emmy. Pat's band becomes world famous, and then what? I may or may not get a girlfriend.
Get a date.
Get a date. Cool. I'm glad that the bar is set so low for me. Jesus Christ. Oh, and then he says, and then Sticks says, although I realize that last one is a stretch. Okay. This is just a straight up roast. Please note that I have tried to keep the gender of the date neutral because while I realize that Kane is not gay, I think we can all see the writing on the wall. Writing on the wall of what? That I'm going to be gay. I'm going to choose to be gay at one point. Look, if someone's beautiful enough, maybe. And also, thank you for the compliment, Ab.
I mean, that's the best date I've heard so far.
Okay.
Any
Right.
date that ends with me winning an Emmy, I'm good with.
Yeah, of course. You come out looking great. So Damon sent a video of a guy pitching a TV show idea, a reality TV dating show idea, and the title of it would be called Straight to the Point. And this is his date idea.
TV show idea. 11 gay men, one straight man. Put them in a house together for 2 months. With each week, they vote each other out, Big Brother style. The 11 gay men's goal is to find the one straight man and vote him out. If they do so, they have $1 million to split amongst each other. If the straight man makes it to the final two, he wins $1 million by himself. Here's the kicker. None of the 12 men are gay. We get to watch for 2 months 12 straight men trying to prove to each other that they're more gay than the other one. TV.
It's pretty genius.
It is kind of a genius idea. I think there is something like this
Really?
in England. I can't be sure, but something about this sounds a little familiar. I think there is a show like this where it's no different than Fuckboy Island.
God, Fuckboy Island, man.
Where everybody is pretty much a fuckboy.
They're all fuckboys.
They're all fuckboys. Anybody
yeah.
that would be on a dating show is a fuckboy.
Yeah, of course.
All the bachelors are fuckboys. They're all fuckboys.
Dude, yeah, I love Fuckboy Island, and that's so absolutely true because when you're a self-proclaimed nice guy, you're still on a show where you're going to be dating several different women, trying to have sex with them and all this shit.
Trying to manipulate them.
I'm trying to manipulate them like a fuckboy
Trying to
would.
manipulate. The thing is the premise of the show is to go in and be honest, but the way to win the show is to be manipulative.
Yes. Yeah, and Fuckboy Island teaches us absolutely nothing.
Which is why it's so perfect.
Yeah, because it's not like what I love about Too Hot to Handle is how it tries its best to make the contestants come out better people, but they fumble that all the way to the fucking end.
But it also works on a very Puritan premise because the whole idea is that you don't have sex, which is not a very progressive idea. You know?
That's true.
Because it makes sex the demon. But I do think sex clouds the issue when you're trying to get to know somebody.
Yeah, absolutely.
I really do think it does cloud the issue. I don't think that it's wrong. I just think it makes things complicated. It expedites, it speeds things up.
Yeah. Well, I have two friends right now. Both are going through two different. They're close friends, and they work at some clubs out here in San Diego. And one of the girls is like, I just want to have as many different experiences with many different people. They're both in the same age range. They just want to have as many different experiences and non-monogamous and just have fun and do all that shit. And then the other girl wants true love. And they're both doing their best to try to convince the other one that their way is the way.
Oh, that's great.
It's pretty interesting to watch. That's a reality show I'd like to watch. Get a fuck girl who just wants to fuck and see if she can fall in love, and then get a girl who wants that princess type, romance storyline and see if she'd be a fuck girl.
Yeah, see which one of them succeeds.
Yeah. God, that's a good one.
Yeah, I wonder what it's going to be like with the two bachelorettes on Bachelorette this time.
Yeah, I know, because they're both all of them so far have been pretty, like, I don't know, it's so weird. It's like I feel like the Bachelorette itself, I mean, the whole show is an antiquated notion, but like there's the Bachelor feels less about female empowerment because it's
the whole thing is based on Christian values.
Right.
It's the most Christian thing since the NFL.
That's dead on. Yeah, you're right. And all the guys look like ex-football players. Every single one of them.
That's the way they like it. That's why they got an ex-football player to host it now.
So I don't think
that show is white ass, crazy.
It's so white. Yeah.
Yeah, even when it has people of color on it. People of color on it statistically get less screen time and stay on the show less.
Yes. Oh, for sure. Now, as our resident Bachelor expert, you would know the statistics behind that with all your podcasts that you
there's a Instagram account called Bachelor Stats, which is just those kinds of stats.
Bachelor Stats. I could never be on the show. I'm not big enough to be on the show.
You mean your Instagram?
No, I'm not big enough as a person. I'm not a big enough person.
You mean a tall enough man, like a big enough man?
Yeah, I'm not. I'm only 5'11".
They have a small guy or a smaller guy on every season.
Yeah. I want to. I mean, maybe I should.
There's only ever one guy that's unsure about taking his shirt off. Everybody else is like.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're fucking tearaway clothes.
Yeah, and you're gonna see me in my Slim Shady T-shirt, sort of trying to make the girl laugh.
Yeah.
Yikes. I like the idea of what would we call the fuck girl, nice girl? F girl, nice girl? That'd be the name of our reality TV show.
Something like that.
Will love win? Love wins out? I don't know. We'll think about it.
Fuck your way to the top.
Fuck your way to the top. Top of what, though? That would be the new Apprentice.
I wonder if they would do an F Girl Island.
Yeah,
They really should.
they should. I don't see why not. They're out there.
There are girls that just like to fuck.
Of course. Most of Too Hot to Handle are nothing but fuck girls. Who know
I
how
love
hot
Too
they
Hot
are.
to Handle. I wish there was a new season of that every week.
Oh, God, it's so bad. I'm gonna watch Temptation Island. I'm gonna get on that because I'm lacking.
It's amazing.
Oh,
The men are terrible.
I bet.
They're the worst.
Yeah. Oh, I bet. What do you guys think? Do you guys have reality TV show ideas? Would you watch Fuck Girl Island? How do you? What's a reality show that you miss that you want to watch? Do you have issues with fuck girls or fuck boys? You can send those messages over to dtbffpodcast@gmail.com. Send us your questions about dating or relationships, work stuff, family. We cover it all. You can send those messages and memes over at DTBFF Podcast on Instagram. And if you want to support the show, patreon.com/DTBFF Podcast. You can follow me at Kane Holloway on Instagram.
You can follow me at It's Gregors.
That's right.
Also on Venmo, and please go to my website, Please go to my website, GregoryBehrendt.com,
Hell yeah.
for coaching information, or you can go into my DMs and ask me about that.
Mm-hmm. Pat?
I'm at DTBFF Producer Pat on Instagram.
You can also call into the show and leave a voicemail. What's that phone number, Pat?
That number is 323-379-5544.
Don't take bullshit from fuckers.
No, fuck them.
Hey there, if you like the show, you can find bonus episodes and more at our Patreon at patreon.com/DTBFF podcast. And then rate the show 5 stars on iTunes because it's the right thing to do. All music by the Rating Monarchs, produced by Patrick Kelly.